Well, hi there guys, Mark here, and welcome today to a review on the Sinnis XE125. Stay tuned and I'll give you my thoughts on it. Okay guys, so what we're going to do is going to just have a little walk around now, run through all the specs. We're going to go for a little mile or so down this green lane to see what it's like on the off-road. Then we're going to take it on the open road, run through town a bit, and then finish off with final thoughts at the end. So many thanks to Sinnis UK for lending me this bike for a couple of weeks. So price on these, they're coming in at £3,399 plus the on-the-road charges. Comes with a 124cc liquid cooled double overhead cam 4-stroke engine with 4 valves. Obviously this is A1 licence compatible. It's putting out the maximum power allowed around about 14.8 horsepower at 9,500 RPM, and the torque is 11.5 newton meters at 8,500 RPM. It's a 6-speed gearbox on these. Very smooth shifting. Seat height on this 885mm. It is a tall bike, so do bear that in mind. The only saving grace is a very narrow seat, so you can get your legs down easily, and the suspension does sink down quite a bit. Have a look at me on the bike as a reference for yourselves. I'm 5'7" tall, with a 30-inch inside leg, about 170cm. I can just about touch down on it, so from sort of my height onwards it's okay. I think if you're much shorter than 5'7", I don't think this bike might be a bit too tall for you, but just bear that in mind. So the way this bike differs to the SMR, it's pretty much the same bike. It's just that it's got a big 21-inch front wheel and an 18-inch rear with the knobbly tyres on. And so we've got a 2.75 tyre on the front and a 4.1 on the rear. 21-inch front, 18-inch rear. These are coming in at 141 kilograms, so not too heavy. It's a very fuel efficient engine. Sinnis are quoting 2.9 litres for 100 kilometres, which equates to about 95 miles per gallon, which is very good. It's got quite a small 6.5 litre fuel tank, but with the good economy, it should give over about 100 miles on a tank range. So this is a perfect bike for sort of this sort of riding. You know, green lanes, it's just the job. It's got ABS, upside down forks, got 290mm front disc, 240mm rear disc. We've got non-adjustable front forks, and we've got a preload adjustable rear shock just tucked up in there. So only colours is this sort of white, which looks very nice. Top speed is around about 60 miles an hour, dependent on conditions. And it comes with a 2-year warranty. Okay guys, let's do the test ride, shall we? Okay guys, Sinnis XE125. Let's try this out. So it is a tall bike. I can just about ride this, being 5'7", 170cm. I can just about get the just the tips of my feet down, but it's a very, very light bike when you sit on it, so that's nice. Just run through the controls quickly. We've got cable operated clutch, front brake lever. Both those aren't span adjustable. The clutch is adjustable for the free play there. Very simple controls. Got your headlight flasher, high and low beam indicators, and your horn. Over this side, got your engine kill switch, engine start. That's about it really. Nice and simple. So it's the same little tiny LCD dash as on the SMR. Got your revs across the top there, speedo, clock, gear indicator, which is a really nice touch, trip meters, and your fuel gauge. So let's start her up. So really nice little single cylinder Brap. Sounds pretty decent. Right then, let's try this out. So this is typical of any sort of green lane that you're likely to find in the UK. We're here in Wiltshire in the south of England at the moment. I'm quite lucky this is actually not muddy really, it's just quite a sort of a firm, hard packed sort of dirt today. But the bike feels very good down this sort of bumpy track. I'm sitting down at the moment, and gives quite a comfortable ride actually, even though it's really bumpy down here. Third gear at the moment, at 5,000 revs. Just standing out the seat now. Yes, very capable. Straight into fourth gear at this sort of lowest speed. Yeah, it even takes fourth gear. Look, just under 4,000 revs, just purring along. Out of the seat. Big bump here. Whoop, it's absolutely fine. Long travel suspension. It's taking it no problem at all. Oh, this is going to be fun. A little bit of snow down into third gear. Actually, these Timson tyres feel very good actually. No sort of slides or anything. So third gear. Oh, this is a very capable bike. Yeah, if you were in the market, guys, for a bike to do a bit of green laning, there's not a lot of these sort of bikes on the market really. So this is definitely one to consider. But this is going fine down here. You could ride down this sort of type of track all day long. It's a very, very, I mean, there's some big old pothole bumps now. Look here, I'm out of the seat at the moment, but that's very, very capable. You can tell that obviously it's got a big 21-inch front wheel and it's rolling over everything very easily. I'm just going to drop it down to second gear just for a bit more low speed control. A little bit of a spin there at the back. No, that's fine, guys. I would say the SM XE is very off-road capable. It's actually given me quite an impressively smooth ride down here, considering how bumpy it is. Whoa, very loose there. That's great. Well, I'd give the SM XE 5 stars for off-road. Well, obviously it's not a full-on motocrosser, but for this sort of type of riding, it's absolutely perfect. Right, let's take it out onto the open road and see how it performs. Out on the open road now, guys, on the Sinnis SM XE 125. Just revving it out through the gears. It's a very, very free revving engine, this. It's got a good top end power. And it very easily holds like 55 miles an hour up to about a maximum speed of around about 60. I have GPS checked the speedo, indicated 30 is 28 mile an hour true, and 60 miles an hour indicated is about 57, so it's pretty accurate. Right, then we just run through the bike in the usual way, starting with the mirrors. Pretty decent, there's no vibration in them, nice clear view behind. I can see about 40% of my elbows, 40%, all in all, a good view behind. So the little tiny little LCD dash there. It's small but perfectly formed. I can see my speed, gears and revs, all that good stuff very easily, so I like that. Okay, so there's nothing behind. We'll just try the brakes out front and rear together. Oh, that's strong. Very good. Very impressive. So no problems with the brakes. Single disc on the front and single on the rear. Just revving it out. Third gear into fourth. Fifth. Very nice, smooth, positive gearbox on this actually. So as you would expect of a bike of this sort of nature, off-road style bike, it's a very upright position. Lovely wide bars for control. The seat is thin but it's well padded. I've been on this bike this afternoon now for over 2 hours and my backside is absolutely fine, so if you wanted to ride this for longer than that you would be absolutely fine. Long travel suspension, very well damped. As you see on the off-road section before this, that all went very well. So front suspension feels great and the rear is good as well. It is preload adjustable on the rear there in case you wanted to firm it up a bit. So these roads at the moment are very cold, very damp. We're in a very cold spell in the UK at the moment, but no problems at all with grip off-road or on-road with these tyres. So this compared to the SMR has got the bigger 21-inch front wheel, and you can definitely feel that on the road. It's slower to steer, but then the upside is that it runs over the bumps better, being a bigger wheel. So just dropping it down to fifth for this corner. Even in fifth gear at low speed it pulls out very nicely. As you can see, there's your 40, there's your 50. Yeah, the engine is very keen on this, having the maximum power allowed for the A1 licence. So mirrors are pretty decent, engine performs well, brakes are good on it. Vibrations, it's very smooth, just like the SMR. It's the same engine. For a single cylinder 125 they can get a bit buzzy at high revs, but I mean we're in third gear now. Just rev this out for you, rev it out right out to the max. There's very little vibration even at maximum rev, so that's very impressive for a single cylinder, and they've done a good job on smoothing it out. But even just like cruising like this on a country road, it's a really nice ride, this bike. I think you would buy the SMR if you were just street only, but if you're looking to do some off-roading, enduro type riding, tracks and trails, that sort of stuff, definitely give one of these a look. There aren't that many of these sort of off-road style 125s available, and this one is particularly good. Just going down the gearbox now, all very easy through the gears. Do love the sound it makes. Hopefully you could hear that a bit. So we'll just try front brake out only. Yeah, it's very strong. And the back brake's got a good bit of bite as well. So we'll try it through town shortly, but the bike is very light, very flickable. It's got good handling off or on road. So far guys, a very capable little on and off-road bike. So we're just going to come into a town environment on the Sinnis SM XC125 just to see how it rides at the slower speeds. see what the fueling's like, that sort of stuff. So we're currently in third gear, 20 odd miles an hour, about 5,000 revs. Just checking the fueling now, all very smooth, there's no hunting, surging in the fueling, so that's nice. Throttle response is very mellow, it's not at all snatchy or nasty. Off the throttle to on, it's very gentle. Just into fourth gear now, coming up to 30 miles an hour. Again, very well fueled, fuel injection's perfect. It's nice and responsive when you open it up. So being a bike of this style, enduro style, it's very tall. I'm very upright on the bike. I've got a brilliant view, so visibility is excellent. It feels super light and manoeuvrable. Even with that big 21-inch front wheel, it still changes direction very well. Mirrors are all nice and clear. So yeah, if you're going to be riding this to work, that sort of thing, or commuting, you have no problems at all on this. I mean, it's quite wide bars, but I wouldn't think it'd be a problem to filter through traffic on this. It's a very, very light bike, easy to manoeuvre, and at this sort of relatively low speed, it's very happy to sort of bimble along at this sort of speed. Back brake works very well if you just needed to sort of steady yourself in at very low speeds. So we're just dropping it down to second now. Let's just see how slow we can go. Down into first now, just trickling along very, very slowly, just feathering the clutch. There you go. And it accelerates quite rapidly, up to about 30 odd miles an hour, no problems. Oh, that's great. So the Sinnis is fine in town, it's well fueled, fuel injection's nice, throttle's nice and gentle and not snatchy. So yeah, 5 stars from me for the Sinnis and its manners around town. Alrighty, let's wrap it up here and have a final walk around. There we go, beautiful. So very easy into first and into neutral, that's good. Little sound check for you all. Great stuff. There you are, guys. Sinnis SM XE125, a dual purpose bike, off-road, on-road, very capable of that. So we'll just run through it all and just tell you what I think about it all. So I have tried the SMR at night time. The lights are very good on these, LEDs all round. I found this to be very capable off-road. The Timson tyres are good. Good suspension, lots of travel there, and it performs very well over some really potholed green lanes today. Quite impressive actually for a bike of this nature, which is designed for on-road as well. The engine's very keen, lots of performance there, it's free revving. I did see an indicated 70 miles an hour today, which is around about probably 66 mile an hour true, so that's very decent. I have taken the seat off, there's nothing under there apart from electronics and battery. All the brakes are good on it, it looks good. But it's all very well put together, all the build quality looks decent, the plastics are good. I mean, this one has been used off-road quite a bit, but it's holding up well. So all in all, a very good dual purpose bike. So if you're in the market for something like this, definitely give one of these a look if you can, guys. Do remember, it is a very tall seat on it. I'm 5'7" and I can just about touch down, so bear that in mind. But all in all, a great bike, lots of fun today on this. I found it very comfortable for the good couple of hours I've been on it, so no problems at all there. So please give me a like, please, guys. Don't forget to post your comments down below, and let me know what you think about the Sinnis SM XE125. Okay, guys, ride safe, keep warm. All the best, and bye for now.